a lot of the runners on the 9K, when you look at the pain that we've seen at 42Ks, the 9K is just a little Sunday jaunt for a lot of these people.
Yeah, you still have to put the effort in, I'm afraid, don't you?
Yeah.
And as Steve was saying, that the shorter the distance, the faster you run. And so it doesn't really equate sometimes. You can be pretty tired at running anything, any distance you want if you put the effort in.
Oh, yeah.
And the Australian Marathon, of course, the championship is being run here.
And that's Alex Matthews, I'm pretty sure, taking out the Australian Marathon Championship.
So we'll,
about 2:25, I reckon, Ian. I'm just looking at the monitor.
So a few of those have got home, but the runners on the road, this is the finish for the family run and also for the bridge run. So 9K is the bridge run and the family run 3.5K. So most of these ones will be bridge runners who are finishing off as they make their way through some of the picturesque landscape here, including some of the enormous cathedrals and excellent architecture that we have in and around Centennial Park. St Mary's Cathedral in there. We've run via Darling Harbour, Circular Quay, Hyde Park, Observatory Hill Park, the newly developed area of Barangaroo as well, where that's going to be turned into certainly a business and tourist hub. So the development continues here in Sydney, and a wonderful attraction to come and have a look at, and if you want to come and compete as well.
So yes, and I think Alex Matthews about 2:25.
Okay.
And second, Matthew Cox and Josh Harris rounding out the podium, and we'll await the arrival of our first female Australian, who will become our Australian marathon champion.
Yep, something to pop up on the mantelpiece. One of the great accolades, obviously. Any national championship at any level is a marvellous achievement, and to be crowned Australian marathon champion, a wonderful effort for the local runners. And obviously, while we concentrate on the elites, so many local runners make up the other 34,500 runners here today.
That's right. I mean, I often think that if just achieving a marathon distance is really significant. I mean, when you climb Everest, you don't ask how quickly you've done it. You just say you've achieved it. And it's a bit like the marathon, isn't it? I've achieved a marathon. That's a significant thing in your life, I think.
It is, yes. And lots of people will want to tick it off and complete one, and then maybe come back and run a faster time. But at the end of the day, it's about finishing the event first.
Okay, just having a look at the runner coming through here. It was our third place getter in the women's side.
I think that might be Eunice Chunga. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see.
Congratulations to her in the number 21.
Second place in the Blackmores Sydney Marathon. Congratulations, Irene Montana.
Veritat De Gaffa is the winner of our Blackmores Sydney Running Festival, and she was very, very happy. She slowed a little bit towards the end, but she got the job done, boys.
And she did, and she broke the course record as well, so you can't ask for more than that, really. Great time, 2 hours 32:36.
Great result, and obviously working very hard. It makes you appreciate it when you struggle towards the finish and still run so fast. It was a great result.
We can go downstairs. She's with Lee True.
Okay. I'm with Veritat De Gaffa from Ethiopia. Veritat, you smashed the record, 2 hours and 32 minutes. Are you happy?
Yeah. I'm happy.
You're very happy?
Yes.
And the course, how did you find the course? Was it a tough course, or did you find it a relatively easy course?
The first is easy. Second is up.
And how have you found Australia? Do you like Australia?
Yeah. Very nice, yeah. A little bit hot.
And will we see you come back next year to break 2 hours and 30 minutes?
Yeah, maybe. I come. Yeah, maybe I come again.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. You look extremely tired, but a great job. Well done.
Lee True with our winner on the women's side.
She looked really tired, didn't she? She put everything in that last 5K or so, didn't she?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's enjoyment or relief, but she's certainly happy to have taken the victory. And whilst we say she smashed that course record, and that's obviously adds to the event now for internationals looking to come. If you're a 2:30 marathon record, that's good.
And if we're looking at the international athletes, it's quite interesting. I mean, most people think the Kenyans would be used to the heat, but actually they suffer the same as everybody else.
Yeah, no, we're certainly noticing that. They both the male Kenyan and female Ethiopian winner have mentioned how hot it was, so it's certainly going to play a significant part in the participants' results.
There we go. You can be dressed in all sorts of things. Got the long strides on there, but still got the pace up and moving along as part of the bridge run. But congratulations to Beritat Degafa. We can see the bridge runners and walkers just making their way across. Here's the finish line there. There's some pain from the big fella just as he crossed the line. And sometimes it's a relief, hands in the air. Other times it's, oh, goodness me, glad we got that done.
They'll get the Peter Norman medal for finishing today. So a famous Australian involved in that Black Power salute. So in his honour, that's the medal. Silver medal. It's a great honour. And it's one of those terrific initiatives that this race event has. They really pride themselves on getting a person on that medal. It's of great historical significance.
It is, of course, the Australian Marathon Championship as well, and Lee Troop has our winner.
Okay, today's race also doubled up as the Australian Marathon Championships, and I'm with the winner of the Australian Championships, Alex Matthews, in a time of 2:25.28. Alex, congratulations.
Thanks, Lee. Yeah, no, it was a PB for me today, and it's a bit of a surprise to be the Australian champion, but I certainly enjoyed the race and think I ran quite well.
And what was the motive for coming to do Sydney? Was it because it was an Australian championship?
Probably more so because it's the town I grew up in. I've been away in Canberra and Gosford for a few years at work, but I'm finally back in Sydney, so it was a great opportunity to run in Sydney, and I think it's a great, very scenic course as well as being the Australian champ, so that was all a motivation for me today.
And you're still a young man. You've now got an Australian marathon title. What's on the horizon for you? What are your plans?
I like going away down to the country, so I'm doing the Carcoar Cup, which is in country New South Wales, but I certainly want to try and run a big city marathon overseas in the next 2 years and try and break 2 hours 20.
Mate, congratulations, and you're definitely a young man and your star is on the rise, so congratulations.
Thanks, Lee, I appreciate it. Cheers.
Dr. Alex Matthews, he's actually a doctor, so he's combined his medical studies with a burgeoning marathon career.
Well done to him. St Mary's Cathedral, a beautiful, iconic area there, the oldest site of Catholic service in Australia. It began in 1821, and there are over 40 pictorial windows representing several themes, a part of St Mary's Cathedral, one of the beautiful, iconic bits of architecture that our runners head past in the Blackmores Sydney Running Festival. The downtown area of Sydney, and not so much car traffic in there today. It's not clogged up with cars, it's clogged up with runners and people wanting to finish either the half marathon, the bridge run, the family run, or maybe even the full 42 Ks as well. Conditions have been absolutely superb, and you can see that you need to have fairly sharp elbows as well, boys, just to get yourself a little bit of room to get the legs treadling over.
That's a great shot, isn't it? I mean, look at the numbers actually going up and down the road there, completely covering the tarmac.
That's just a normal thing in Sydney, congestion. It's just foot congestion today.
It is. There's no sort of road rage per se. It's all about the foot. And some of those
wonderful
feet are going a little slower than other feet.
Hey, but it doesn't matter. They're still doing it, as far as I'm concerned. They're enjoying the day.
They are. They're raising money. They're getting out. They're socialising. They're exercising. They're enjoying beautiful Sydney weather. Great traffic-free course. It's just, it's great to see so many people out here enjoying the day.
And you can see some of those runners coming across the line, and fancy dress, of course, is a bit of a part of the day. This is the finish line down near the Conservatorium of Music. There's two finish lines. One's at the Sydney Opera House and also one at the Conservatorium of Music as runners continue to wend their way through. You've got to be careful you don't bowl over the kids and, a few of the maybe more veteran runners.
normally they self-seed. You hope that, you know, some of the people would understand about where they're going to be, and they tend to start in that zone. That's the idea. And if everyone's self-seeded, they'd all finish in the right spot. But it doesn't always happen that way. But there's great respect and good politeness out on the course. So they'll be making sure they look after each other out on the roadway.
Yeah, they certainly are doing that at the moment. And up and down the CBD, that is where they are working hard. And a lot of groups run collectively. There's a lot of mates that will run, family groups that will run, sporting clubs that will run, and charity obviously is the name of the game, as well as completing whatever run it is that you choose from the 3.5 up to the 42.
And the other thing is that when you finish the race, whatever it is, whether it's the marathon or the half marathon or the fun run or the bridge run, you go into afterwards a sort of collected area there, and it's a festival. You know, there's lots of things going on. You know, it's an entertainment thing as well as a running thing. So it's an enjoyable factor all round, really.
And you tell stories. You always ran better than you were going to, or
definitely
did, or than the times tell up on the grass through the finish line. And you might meet people, have friends, come up with acquaintances you'll meet at the next fun run.
And of course, the older you get, the better you were. Is that the theory? You know, your times are always much better the older you get,
especially after a few beers, definitely. But there's always you can always look back on track and field, unfortunately, and sort of see the results. You can't really exaggerate too much.
Yeah.
No, the results are there in black and white, aren't they? So they're all there to be found in the Google machine these days. You don't even need the record books, but these people are celebrating a win. There's a group collectively over the line there, all in the lime green colours.
And that's been a real blossoming part of these events, no doubt about that, the charity version.
Sydney Opera House, 40 years old this year, an iconic part of the Sydney landscape, and just a wonderful, marvellous piece of architecture. The Brains Trust coming out of Denmark for it, and a wonderful part of the Sydney landscape, and it is the finish line for the Blackmores Sydney Running Festival. And our men's winner was Willie Koidele, and Lucky Mahali, he was the man who was third over the line. Lee Troop spoke with him.
Yeah. Third place getter, Lucky Mahali from South Africa. Lucky, how did the race go for you today?
Yes, I enjoyed the race, but I was expecting that I can run better to my PB, so I'm not happy about the time, but I'm ready to run again next year.
Well, you said to me that you were actually feeling fine until you got cramping. When did you start to get those cramps in the race?
It's 37K, so this is where that guy started run away the winner. So I from the cramp at 8Ks.
And what did you think of the marathon course itself? I mean, this is beautiful. This is Australia with the Harbour Bridge, the weather. How did you find it?
Yeah, the weather is 100%. So, and the problem with the course is there's many corners. So, but I like it. I'll come again next year to improve my PB, my best time.
Well, we look forward to having you next year, and hopefully you can go 2 more places and finish first. Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Now, nothing in that particular interview about you writing him off, Monitz, and saying that he was absolutely no chance. In the end, he finished on the small step of the podium, but the podium nonetheless. So our third place winner there, Lucky Mahali from South Africa, 28-year-old. And you just see the 35,000 runners, an extraordinary public turnout to support this event as we continue with the Blackmores Sydney Running Festival. It's a wonderful waterway, just a brilliant part of, you call it a quirk of nature, what do you call it? Because it's something where establishment was made here on the banks of the Sydney Harbour, and you couldn't have picked a better place almost in Australia. No such waterway like this, I think, exists anywhere else around this country. And on a global sense, you've got what San Francisco, I suppose, is based on the water, but really Sydney's got so much to look forward to and to come and explore.
Well, when you think of San Francisco, you can't think of any iconic buildings really to a certain extent, apart from the Golden Gate Bridge, but then you've got the Opera House as well.
Or Alcatraz, but you're probably not going to run on that one. I don't think you might have trouble
I've been to Alcatraz, but just as a tourist.
They let you out?
Just as a tourist, I have to add that fact. But I mean, I think in terms of, the iconic buildings right next to one another, Sydney you just can't beat it.
Yeah. I actually like the fact also that you're near water a lot of the time, so this run, you tend seem to be not far away from water, and there is a calming, cooling effect and a great feeling of being near the water, especially for Australians. We love to think about the water, but for international guests coming here, to be able to enjoy those water views by running this course, that's an attraction that certainly they'd be able to enjoy.
I'll tell you what, I must congratulate the camera crews here today. They've given us some fantastic vistas of the whole city, really. And it's been a wonderful day to really appreciate it. The weather's been, as we say,